then you can take it away.
All right, Rufus. So first of all, I cannot wait to get into the nitty-gritty of things with you, talking all the things, your character, how season three, the diplomat, the list goes on. I feel like your character is so unique. I feel like we get to see the good, the bad, the light and the dark side of him. Like, is that something that you would agree with, Rufus?
Yeah, definitely. And like this is the kind of roles I love to play, have a little bit of everything in them. Like most people, let's be honest, we've all got different shades in us. We've all got the potentials for everything. And he's a very interesting character. I love playing him.
Which side of him do you enjoy like portraying the most?
The
Is that
humor.
the
It's the humor. For
Mm,
me, when I first read the script, the first couple of scenes of him and Kate together, I
yeah.
just thought, oh, this is funny. It's like this reminds me of relationships I've been. They get each other, they give each other shit, you know,
Yeah.
and whether they're in the White House, whether they're in posh places, whatever, what we recognize is a couple who've been together for a long time who know each other.
Mhm. And I love the fact that you just obviously pointed out the White House because that's what this is not all about. It's about many of things, but I want to dig into like your sentiments personally and professionally when it comes to like the humanity aspect and element of the show and this project. Like, what are your thoughts centered around that? Because this is a very obviously like realistic storyline that we're watching, like unveil.
Yeah, well, I mean, what I really love about this is the fact that the characters, we used to seeing characters like this political in the political world on TV, and we see them, very presented, they're dressed up nice, they have the makeup, behaving a certain way. Well, what we get to see here is those people walking down off the podium, complaining about their shoes not fitting, and they're bitching at each other. They're real people, just like you and me, and they are playing this role, but they have all of the complications, all of the kind of irregularities, all of the kind of crappiness of
Yeah.
normal human beings. And that's what I love about this show is it feels like real relationships on a stage where people have to perform.
Yeah. So let's
And that's what I love about it.
So, like, invite me into your personal headspace as an actor in general. Do you, obviously, we know when it comes to like the somewhat devious, like villain type characters, like you enjoy digging into those type of storylines. But as an actor, like, do you enjoy portraying like more realistic characters or more unrealistic characters, like as a whole?
I don't have a preference as a whole. With me, it's always really about what do I feel like I've just done? And then let's do something different. And there's been times going back like years and years ago when, I played a bad guy in a film and then I got offered lots of bad guys. And that was fun for a while, but a bit boring because if you're doing one thing, you want to do something else. Like I always really, when I started off, my thing was comedy. And when I was at drama school,
Mhm.
I played all kinds of crazy characters.
Mhm.
I play little old men, I play hunchbacks, I play this, I play that, different accents, different body types, and then I got my first job and I had to play a young man. I didn't know what to do with myself. I couldn't act unless I had an accent or at least a limp.
Yeah.
But so for me now, as I get to this age, I'm beginning to get back to what I was able to do when I was younger, as I can play complex characters like in The Diplomat. I can play a bad guy if I want to. I could do a comedy. But for me, it's always about, for a long time, I played complex, sometimes villainous characters because those were the only roles I had to choose between. So
Hmm.
for a long time, the only parts that would come out, even though I could do the opposite, the only
Yeah.
scripts that I was getting, so I'd just do the good ones of those, you know.
Yeah. How do
Um,
you, but that makes me ask Rufus, like, as an actor, how do you, I don't want to say it's a box, right? But like you obviously are crossing paths with these producers, directors, editors, writers, the list goes on. And they're like, listen, Rufus would be excellent playing this character. And when not only viewers, but the behind the scene experts feel the same way when
yeah.
it comes to the type of character roles that you're stepping into. how do you like, are you going to the table saying, like, listen, I want to play like the president of the United States of America? Like,
Mm.
are you pitching? Do you have the opportunity as an actor to pitch yourself that way to kind of get out of,
Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. At the time it was happening to me, I didn't really have the opportunity because you didn't get in the room unless they were offering you the kind of role that you didn't want to play. Do you know what I mean? But what I had the opportunity to do was either say no to the work, and the biggest decision I could make is keep my lifestyle as simple as possible so I didn't have to be paying for bullshit. Like
yeah.
I didn't want to pay for a swimming pool heating bill. I didn't have a big one. I keep my life as small as possible so I could hunker down and wait for the right roles. So that was a sacrifice I made for many years. Like if I was being offered bad stuff, I would try to like hibernate and wait for something good. So that's it depends what is your God. If you want money, just got to say yes to everything. So for
Yeah.
a long time, that was what I did. And I do theater, I do TV. And
Yeah.
if I did a film, maybe I'd play a bad guy, but I would do all of the other stuff in different mediums like theater, TV, radio, whatever. And then it slowly changed. So yeah, I struggled through it. And then in the end, that was the biggest thing that made the biggest difference was like not to live too expensive a lifestyle.
Mm. What's keeping you going? And I know you're like, oh, I have this journalist that's asking all of these personal questions. I want to talk about the diplomat. But
Uh,
before we jump into season three, like what is it that is keeping that fire going underneath you personally when it comes to acting?
well, for a start, I think I'm lucky enough at this age I'm at now to be getting consistently the kind of roles that I'd always wanted to play. Really, really great, complex roles with a little bit of everything. Now, the great thing about The Diplomat for me is it's actually got all of the elements that I wanted to play. So there's there's a good guy in there, there's a bad guy in there, there's comedy in there, there's seriousness in there, there's all of those things. So, like, if I was stuck playing this for a few years, it wouldn't be a bad thing because you get all of the colors,
Yeah.
working with the best people. So what keeps me going now is I'm lucky enough to be doing it at a time when I can appreciate how lucky I am because I've been lucky in the past, but not known it.
Mm,
Now I've been around and I've had the luck go away and come back. Now I know what it is.
yeah.
So actually to be able to have some gratitude while it is occurring and not treat it like a stepping stone to some other thing. Screw the other thing. Let this be the thing.
Mm.
And also, I like my life when I'm not working now.
Oh, okay.
I like stopping too.
I like that. I love to hear that. So obviously we have to talk about season three.
Uh-huh.
How can we like expect to see your character evolve? Like what's going on with Hal like this season? Give me something. You got to give me something.
Well, a lot. I mean, big changes happen. In episode one, a big change occurs, and it changes kind of everything. It changes the dynamic between him and Kate in a huge way. It
Mhm.
changes the status between them. He gets a new gig, he gets a new job, and it changes. And this is what I was looking forward to, is because in season one, season two, they're in a particular place that doesn't
Yeah.
change between the two of them. They've got this kind of rinse and repeat pattern in their relationship.
Yeah.
Now something's happened that has changed all of that.
Mm.
He has an enormous position of responsibility. She is now in a position where she has to run back and forth for him,
Okay.
creates all kinds of problems.
Okay.
New people come into the equation.
Okay.
There is a lot of stuff that happens, and it's really exciting. There's a lot happens this season.
Are we going to continue to get the love hate like energy
Definitely.
and that explosive? Okay, we
Oh,
will.
that will never change. Now,
Okay.
what the circumstances of that may be will change forever, I think. And it's like whether these people are coming together, going apart, whether there's other lovers, whatever, it's still going to be the same dynamic between them. Because it's not, they know each other for years and years and years. They've had affairs, or rather she
Mhm.
has, I think. Um, and what if they ever break up, it will not be because of that. It'll be because of something else.
Oh,
So yeah, that dynamic remains. This is what I'm here for anyway.
That's what you're here for. So listen, when I'm looking at the big picture of season one, season two, and October 16th, soon to be season three, which season would you say has been the most thrilling for you to pull out of you as an actor?
Well, season one was very exciting because it was new. So there's a
Yeah,
process of discovery that will always have a, special place for me.
yeah,
And season two was, fantastic, but also because of the strikes and the stops and starts, it's like my memory of it is slightly more fractured because we stopped in the middle of 4 months, etc. But it's a great season. But I do think season three is the craziest.
oh my God, I'm so excited. How do
I
you
think it
feel
is.
like this project has measured up to others that you've been a part of? You're an Emmy nominated actor,
Yeah.
which I'm sure with tons of more nominations to come down the line for you. But when you're looking at your big picture, how is this series measuring up to other
I
roles?
think it's very, very much up there. I mean, it's like I think it's if one of, if not my all-time favorite job, just because it's like so I've never done something for this. We're into a third season, about to do our fourth. The cast is not only amazing, amazingly talented and deserving, but also deserving and grateful, which is an attractive quality to be around. It's, if everyone just thinks they deserve stuff, it can rob you of a bit of joy.
That's
Sure,
true.
you deserve it, but don't let it rob you of like, because I'm an enthusiast. I'm like, look at what we get to do.
Oh my God. You know what? The fact that you just said that you're an enthusiast, you have a birthday coming up. You
I
and I
do.
share the same zodiac sign. October 29th,
Hello,
right?
Scorpio, huh?
Yes, yes, yes.
October
And
29th.
a happy early birthday to you.
Thank you, and to you
Happy
too.
early birthday to you. How are you balancing everything that you have going on? Because if I'm not mistaken, when we're talking pre and post production, you have also just had your hands in three other projects. Listen, I'm going to go to my notes here, Rufus.
Hmm.
I'm prepared to talk to you today. Mr. Sunny Sky,
Yeah,
The $1 Billion Sky, Pride and Prejudice.
yeah.
Are all of those other projects wrapped at this point? And if not, how are you juggling all of these different balls?
Mr. Sunny Sky, I think, has been postponed, so I haven't shot that. Um, Billion Dollar Spy, which is a
Mhm.
movie with Russell Crowe, that's wrapped.
Okay.
And I'm right in the middle of filming Pride and Prejudice at the moment. So I've come to New York for 3 days in the middle of it all.
And I think speaking of New York, so obviously with this season, we're bringing things back to America. Did all of the filming for season three take place in New York City, or did you guys bounce
We did
around?
a couple of months in London,
Okay.
just 2 months in London, then the rest was all in New York. Yeah.
Which filming location did you prefer the most
Well,
or
I love
enjoy
I live in Los Angeles, so New York is great for me because it's easy to go back and forth to see my family. But I love working in London. I
most?
mean, because going back to London where I come from,
Yeah.
but having my rent paid by Netflix is so much better than my real life ever was.
Gotta love Netflix. Gotta
Thank
love
you.
Netflix. Okay, so before we wrap, what is that dream project and or role for you? Like once you 50 years from now explore retirement, right?
Yeah, from inside a box. Um,
Like how would you like to go out as an actor?
I don't know. What I do feel like as I get older, I get closer and closer to the stuff that I used to do at drama school, which I love, which is to be like a useful character actor who could play anything, which is the way I feel about myself. But like as I get older, it seems to be going back to the way I started, which is I could play, like in Billion Dollar Spy, I played someone from West Virginia who was like a CIA guy. I'm playing the dad in Pride and Prejudice. I'm doing this role. I like to think that I could just jump from job to job, playing vastly different kinds of characters. So I don't think in terms of one role, but just a kind of picture a kind of like lots of different things, different shapes and sizes and accents, and this is the way I would like to end up, and I feel like it's going in the right direction.
I love that for you. I love
Thank you.
that for you. My last question, what do you want the viewers and the crazy fan base to
Hmm.
gear up for? Like, how would you describe season three and what do you want them to like get pumped and hyped for?
Well, I mean, as I'd said to you before, season three it ended with a shock, season two. Big shocks to come very, very quickly. It is a ramping up
Mm.
in terms of everything, in terms of the story. And sometimes I hear that and I think, have they lost the thread of what made it, but not in this case. It's even more what it was. It's very exciting. And it's some craziness.
I'm pumped. I'm pumped. I want to thank you so much for your time today. You were an absolute pleasure to speak with. A very happy early birthday to you. You're just
Thanks. And to you
days
too.
away. And I look forward to talking with you down the
Me
line.
too. Lovely talking to you.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure.